So first up, we have our keynotes, and I would like to welcome to the stage Dr. Violeta Garcia.
So today I'm going to talk about my journey. So I'm going to start back 20 years ago, real briefly. So I was born and raised in El Salvador, which is in Central America. Very small country. And in the 80s, there was a civil war during that time. My family was forced to make a decision because both of my parents were entrepreneurs. Because my dad owned a bus company and my mom owned a grocery store, and that's how they made a living. And so it was really fascinating, but one of the things that really stuck with me was that if you have a need, you have to find a solution. And my parents were the perfect example for that. Well, when I was about 8 years old, we got a note on our door saying if you don't give us 100,000 colones, that they were going to take one of the girls. And so my parents said, there's no way. So my dad started figuring out a way, well, where can we move? What are our options? And he started exploring that. So that's what brought us to the US. And we came in as refugees. But when our case was heard in front of the immigration courts, they said, well, no one in your family was killed, so you can go back to your country now. I never thought that there was another option for me. You know, my education was first and foremost really the most important thing that I had. No matter what country I would be in, I would take that with me. And that was something that was really intentional, and my parents really fostered that. So I thought, well, I can't stay. Now what? What do we do? And so my parents said, there's no way we're going back. We're going to fight this case. And an organization in LA, where we used to live at the time, took our case. And this attorney was just amazing. And she said, your story and your family, all of you have pretty much close to a 4.0. There's no way you can leave. And so she put case files for us that were each about 12 inches thick, you know, with everything we'd ever done for this country. And when we went up in front of the judge, he said, there's no way we're sending you back. We need you in this country. We're asking for talent. We're keeping you. Fast forward 15 years. I worked for the State Department, and I thought, I'm going to make change at this level. And then I got my reality check. Can't really do it that way. Even though we say our school system is supposed to be for every single child, it is not. So what I do now, it brings me to today and my reality and my passion. And it really is about opening up opportunities for underserved youth to explore STEM careers. So I work early on, in middle school, in elementary even. Kids are born with innate curiosity. They're problem solvers, and we kill that. A kid, if you give a young child a paperclip in kinder, they can find 100 different things to do with that paperclip. A third grader will put it on a paper. So that is a real problem for creativity and for innovation. It's a huge problem. And so I try to create programs, and I work with schools, with school districts, and nonprofit organizations to launch STEM initiatives. It's really about problem solving, creativity, innovation, collaboration, all the 21st century skills that we're talking about, right? So those are the things that I really try to emphasize, that we are creating innovators and people who think outside of the box, because that's how we're gonna solve problems that we have today. Thank you so much.